What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm in a city that some people, they told me to explore, which is Antipolo City. And keep in mind, it's a big area. It's not just like a little downtown. They have a lot of mountains and natures. And we're literally like 30 minutes outside of Manila area, but I'm here to walk around the district to see what's going on. I'm right in front of Antipolo Cathedral, so it's right behind me, as you can see. But yeah, I'm around here and I'm gonna walk around the area to see what's going on. So without further ado, join me. So it seemed like they had a mass over here, Wow. Also keep in mind, another thing is today is June 12th, which is Philippine Independence Day. So there probably might be people out there celebrating their holiday out here today. So gonna walk around some of the regular streets out here to see what's going on. Probably gonna go over here, the plaza, then make it towards the other side, which I think is like a main street. They got a mall there behind me, but let's see what's happening. Let's explore Antipolo City, which I think it should be pretty nice. So this over here is a plaza, or the square of Antipolo. So got a church right behind me. Not much going on. Maybe later it'll get busier. See, it's the main square, but they even have like an area where you could get food and also. But I think I'm gonna hit the streets to see what action can I find right now. So this is some of the regular streets out here, what you're gonna find around the plaza in Antipolo. So they got a lot of bakeries and stuff. So I'm probably just gonna walk around squares and do detours around the streets. Good thing I drove around here, so it's much easier, you know, to get around. So I'm just gonna turn back and go out the other side to see what's going on. One thing, haven't noticed any foreigners yet. That happened to me when I was vlogging around Marikina City. I was literally the only one. I'm sure there's other foreigners, but during the 2 hours that I spent over there, didn't notice anybody else but me. So I'm gonna walk around this other side to see what's going on. This is called Pandaya Bookshop. They even have like a snack depot over here. They got a lot of like bakeries and food options. So I think the most the action I'm gonna get is if I cross towards the other side. So like I say, it's not really a big downtown. The city or the land mass of Antipolo is big, but the downtown is small. But you can see what's going on. It's, you know, pretty simple and pretty chill out here. So here you see, despite it not being massive or big, it still has everything that you need with walking distance. Lots of shops out here. Got more across the street. Store that sells like Crocs. I think Crocs is actually a good business out here in the Philippines because hot weather, you know, a lot of people, they love wearing their sandals, and Crocs is super comfortable. Even me, I end up buying a pair of Crocs because they're just, you know, really comfortable to walk around. So I think there should be more ahead of me, and then I'm gonna turn back. Whoa! Then I'll turn back in the other side to see what's going on. This is what you get. Oh, the spot, you know, there's a lot of business going on over here. Antipolo. Seems like it's a little shopping center. Home Alone. Wow, they got a lot of stores where they sell. So it's like an outdoor mall. Cool. And this is Antipolo Mall right here. Holidays, so I don't know if it's open. It might be. You know, a lot of places they open around here. And they got like an outdoor garden area right there. Yeah, I think the mall is open because I see a lot of movement in front of the big mall, so that's cool. They have the I-Mall Antipolo. Probably gonna be like a regular standard mall that you get all over in the Philippines. And it's open because I see people going. But the way I see this, it feels like a mixture of a downtown with a semi-market out here. Because, you know, it's the street, but then they got like vendors selling everything and food out here, so and it keeps going. So I think it's mostly like the same scenery. But I'm gonna look at my Google Maps and see if I can do a detour and head towards the other main street that's going up the hill where you get the cathedral in the front. I think that's gonna be like a nice area to film. Like the roads are pretty nice, you know, the sidewalks are pretty nice paved too. So you can see the bustling downtown area. This is like the other angle that I'm capturing. In the corner, like it's mostly market, so I think within 2 blocks to be the other street that I want to show you guys. It's much more organized than this one. Detouring in one of these regular streets to see what can I find. Sometimes I feel like if you get out the main streets, you find like the main charm of a city or a country. Oh, they have a barber shop here. That's cool. It's open. Cool, cool. I tell you, no matter where you go, what day of the week is or the year, they be grinding every day, you know. And this is mostly like residential. This tiny street I'm walking around here, so I got a shortcut. I see the airplane flying. I guess the airport, you know, once you land in the airport, you pass around this area, Antipolo. But yeah, I like the street over here. I'll show you. It's a nice, cool street. They got the tuk-tuks and tricycles, which is really common to get around. Hopefully the street takes me towards the other side and I don't got to turn back. And thankfully it's not too hot or humid out here today because it's been raining. It's drizzling a little bit, you know, so I'm just trying to manage with the weather. And they got the bike. So yeah, those tuk-tuks are giving me vibes when I was in Cambodia. And that was like the main form of transportation around that country. Here we're going up the hill, so it's a good city to do cardio too. There's like a lot of hills here, so I don't forget, hey, what's up? They don't have a lot of gyms here. I'm gonna shortcut over this way to see what's going on. Well, I see a mayor bus. Literally the area that I stay around Cubao, I see buses that will take us straight to Antipolo. They also have the LRT station, which the last stop will stop in Antipolo, but this stops nowhere near this area over here. It stops somewhere else, I think, and then I guess it transfers to another form of transportation to get around other parts of the city. I went to the car for a few days, so I've been driving around. I managed to drive here, and I'm gonna see if there's other spots I could check out in Antipolo. I saw a tourist attraction that's Cloud 9, I think, which is like all the way up and you get an observation deck. But I said in my previous videos, I'm scared of heights, and looking at that bridge, I don't think I dare to climb that bridge. So for those who are requesting me that I should have checked that spot out, I don't think that's gonna happen in this vlog. But meanwhile, we can enjoy the beauty of Antipolo City. You know, here we got more. Oh, it's a bus. Is this a bus station? Oh yeah, there's a couple of buses there. Not the huge, massive bus, but it says Ayala, so I'm not sure they'll take you to Makati or somewhere else. Trying to figure where's this main street that I want to show you guys. I think it's over that way near the mall. But yeah, really cool to look at. And they even have like little mini coffee shops around here. So the street that I'm trying to show you is right there, Olivedo Street. And it's kind of like the main street that will take you to the cathedral. So mostly when you Google Antipolo City, that's the street that pops up. And here you got some business, burgers, Chick Seek, what's that, like chicken CC? This is the main street out here. Got the hustlers and grinders over there. We'll make it towards that way, but I'm gonna walk down here so you can see the difference. Look at the sidewalks, how nice and paved they are. So the street is pretty nice and organized, you know. And of course they got markets around here too, so I'm noticing a lot of nice clothing stores out here, so but there's not much over that way. The action is over here when I head towards the church. So once you go ahead, you start seeing the cathedral in front of you. So, but yeah, I think it's a really nice, small, simple, chill downtown out here in Antipolo. Of course, they got the hustlers out there. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're trying to have you park your car somewhere else. But yeah, well, here's what's gonna get actually more. It's gonna get actually more interesting. And here you see more going on. Red Ribbon. Red Ribbon is in the States too. It's locally a Filipino chain. In my neighborhood in Jersey City, we got a Red Ribbon. Right there. What's up, man? Here we got Mercury, 7-Eleven, everything that the city needs, they have it here. I'm heading back to the cathedral while starting my video. Then I figure out where else can I go later. So in Antipolo, I wanted to stop in another part where there was like a waterfall, but due to it raining and slippery, it was closed. So, and the other thing, like I mentioned before, is the Cloud 9, but I'm scared to go over that. So I decided to drive over here to Bulacan by Malolos, by this church. But it's actually pretty beautiful, so I'm gonna show you the architecture ahead of me. The local plaza over here. Local plaza here, which is actually really beautiful. You can see how they decorated with all the Filipino flag. It's their Independence Day out here. A little bit windy, but wow. This is beautiful, and then the massive parking lot. Only 20 pesos to park here, so if you're in your car, this is a good shot right here that you can get. And it's literally near the city center, but Bulacan is actually big. There's different areas, but this is Malolos. I've been to Bulacan before, but in another part, I don't even know the name, but It's my first time over here during this cathedral. It's actually pretty nice, and they got like a memorial over here. This Emilio Aguinaldo passed away. Then they got the plaza over here. That's really cool. Not gonna lie, this is a little bit like Interamuros architecture. This is the massive parking lot that they got over here. I'll see what else they have around this area in Bulacan. Stop at this other location, and they got, I think, the province capital, but they have a nice plaza with a lot of flags, Filipino flags. I see the name of this place is, 1 minute. Yeah, the provincial capital, and they have like a nice looking park over here. Not really much people, but I'm just walking around to see what's going on. I think where the main action happens in Independence Day is actually in Manila by Rizal Park. But I heard even around here, they used to have more activities, you know, like soldiers. They even used to have a show or performance out here for the people, but I guess it has changed now. So I guess it depends where do you go. That you can see some performance for the National Day out here in the Philippines, you know. But it's an honor for me to spend it out here, and here I am wearing, in solidarity, Filipino flag, even though I'm Puerto Rican, but you know, I always support my Filipino people out here. So I'm not gonna lie, it literally looks like a university. You see all the Filipino flags, so the capital should be over there. So here they got the Bulacan Capitol View Forest, so it's like a little local park. Like I say, there's not really much people out here. Let me see this, I wanna walk here towards the center, maybe they have a monument. I do see a ton of flags ahead of me, so. But yeah, look at the nice trees, you know. Like I say, versus Manila, not really much movement out here, so. But I guess it's like a monument, because they got a couple of names of some people. Let me see, I can read like an example. I guess that's the name of the person, you know, of course the date that they live, and it's in Tagalog, so I can't really read it or understand a little bit, but you know, since I happen to be here when they celebrate their Independence Day, it's good. And this is the provincial capital right here. So I'll walk to the plaza and show you the front part. So just taking it easy, you know, just a little simple vlog out here today, nothing crazy. Like I said, I was trying to explore Antipolo, but the thing about it is like a lot of things are spread out, like not together. So you just gotta figure where do you wanna go. It's mostly like nature and hiking over there. Then I came over here to Bulacan to check out the church I was showing you guys, but happens to be closed. So I guess because it's a holiday. Then they got this over here, support local artists. So this is actually really dope. 25 Fern, Pong, Frank Bob, Sining, Saharding, Bulacan Collective. So pretty dope what they got here. Then over here's a little plaza, and then if you go, you'll see the Capitol in the back. Then of course they got all the Filipino flags decorated in the street. So let's see the vibes out here, even though it doesn't have the crowds, but this is what you get over here. And then if you turn to your right, get a nice architecture of the Capitol in Bulacan. So yep, I like how they have like this Spanish style, you know, colonial symbol right here. And that's the Capitol behind me. I think every province in the Philippines, you know, like the main area, they have like their own capital everywhere you go. So this is the one out here in Bulacan. In other areas, it's bigger depending where do you go. But yeah, this is just, you know, like a semi-province, 30 minutes outside of the metro part of Manila. So you're not gonna see anything crazy over here. It's just like a little simple, ordinary life, you know, with a lot of nature. But one thing I know is that they're building like the new massive Manila airport out here. Not too far from here, so it's very crazy that they're building a huge, massive airport in an area like this that's pretty peaceful and quiet. Then once you walk over here, it's just like the main street and Bulacan, you know. So even over there, there's something that says Eid Mubarak, you know. So over here, they also celebrate for the Muslim, you know, Ramadan. There is also a huge Muslim population out here in the Philippines beside the Christians. So I think this is just a little simple video, but I got a lot of videos that I film out in the Philippines and more videos coming up that are gonna be more solid. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.